Hey everybody, welcome back to another segment of Arts Camp. I'm Mr. Smith and Mr. Derek for some of you. You are in my music room, so we're going to go ahead and get things kicked off a little early for you. So if you remember, we're going to sing the Welcome to the Music Room song. All right, band, let's kick it off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys, you know the song. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and welcome to my music room, music room, music room. Welcome to my music room. Come on in. All right, guys, time to move with it. Everybody up. And 1, 2, and 1, 2, ready, and welcome to my music room, music room, music room. Welcome to my music room. Come on in. All right, guys, that's time to dance. Come on in, everybody. I need some dancers. 1, 2, ready, and welcome to my music room, music room, music room. Welcome to my music room. Come on in. One more time for fun. Let's everybody bring it. It's day 3. We only got one more time to do this. And 1, 2, ready, and welcome to my music room, music room, music room. Welcome to my music room. Come on in. All right, everybody. So next up, we are going to our Chef Ariel segment. So if you remember from last time, you should have an array of maybe pots and pans ready for you, some utensils, things that were all approved by your parents first. So if you've got those things, have those ready, and let's go see what Chef Ariel's up to. Here we go.
Hey kids, welcome back to my kitchen. Again, I am Chef Ariel. You should have already asked for parent permission to use some utensils, some pots and pans, but today we're going to do something a little special. I have 3 helpers who will be helping me out today. Come join me, helpers. Come join me, helpers. Now, if y'all remember from last time, I did teach you a little bit of technique about how to hold a utensil and how to play. That way you can play properly. So if my helpers would like to pick out a utensil. All right. Now, again, let's see if we can show everybody how to do it. You're going to pinch your fingers, place your utensil in there, and loosely wrap your fingers around there. Yeah, perfect. And we're going to do something called a piston stroke. These are all percussionists. They are professionals in piston stroke. So would somebody like to demonstrate, i.e. Brendan? Show the kids. Perfect. Now I'm going to ask that each of my helpers pick out a pot or pan to play on and show them what you are playing. And I'll be playing on a cupcake tin. Yay. Now, Brendan, since you're sitting closest to the front, I'm going to ask that you demonstrate each of these rhythms that the kids learned last week. So we're going to start with rhythm 1 and then do 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to give you your tempo. Again, y'all should know what tempo is, how fast or slow something goes. Are you ready? So 1, 2. Awesome. Do rhythm number 2. 1, 2. Ready, go. And rhythm number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. And finally, our last rhythm. 1, 2, ready, go. Perfect. Now I'm going to ask that each of my helpers have one rhythm that they are going to play. If you'll play rhythm number 1, Isaiah, number 2, Gavin, number 3. And then all of them are going to play rhythm number 4 together. All right, y'all ready?
Yes.
And 1, 2, 1, ready, go. Again. 1, 2, ready, go. Awesome. So we're going to go through that same format again, except each of my helpers are going to take turns having a little bit fun and improvising a bit on their instrument today. 1, 2, Awesome, guys. Thank y'all so much. So for our next segment, we're going to have a special performance from our very own bucket band. Go ahead and take your utensils and join them in the next room. That way you can play with them. Thanks again, Kyle.
Hi, we are the Bucketheads, as you've seen us earlier. We are finalists in the West End Talent Shows 2 years in a row. We're going to show you a performance that we've been practicing for a long time. I hope you enjoy it. Brendan, kick it off. We're going to go to Dylan's dungeon. See you later.
Oops. All right. Welcome back to another segment of Dylan's Corner.
That's right.
All right, Dylan, what do you got for us today?
All right, so today we have a little show and tell of percussion instruments. So what we've been doing before for the past couple of days, we've been having shakers and we've been using those to play different things and like show different rhythms and everything. So now I'm going to just quickly go over like the basics of how to hold this again, and then we're going to go to the different instruments that we have lying around. So again, if you remember, have your hand like a C and just cup it in your hand, and then turn it over to where the side of it's facing up, and then make sure you have your arm up like this, and you're just going back and forth while up and down. Yeah. So, Mr. Smith has something to show you now.
Yeah. All right, guys. Who knows what this is? If you know, go ahead and type it out. maybe there's like a farm animal or something that might wear one of these by the neck. You might have a parent call you like, dinner time. You know, you might hear something like that. But in the music world, we also call it a cowbell. So it is called what it actually is. And believe it or not, we actually took these from cows. So that, I always thought that was kind of cool. But just like with our C grip, that's you're gonna find that's a really common thing. We use that a lot. So whenever you grab a cowbell, you kind of want to grab it with a C, but if you can, you want to slide those fingers over. So instead of like this, you slide those over a little bit because those act as a little mute. So in other words, you can hit it muted, or you hit it unmuted. Okay, and then you can also hit the edge of it as well. So muted, unmuted. There you go. There's a cowbell demonstration.
All right. So next thing we have, does anyone know what this is? Like, if you may have seen it before, it's got a weird name. If you know what it is, just type in the chat. I'm going to say just a little bit about it before I say the name. So basically, it's got a layer of tin around it, like this aluminum tin, and it's got these beads over it. So whenever you play it, it has this kind of scraping sound. But also, this is what you would usually do in like a concert setting. You just play it like this. But if you're trying to play in like a rock band or something like that, or like a Latin band, then you would have it up and you would use that as a shaker. So same thing with my banana here. Whenever you do this, same thing with this. This has a lot of different sounds to it. It's kind of like a shaker and tambourine combined, because you can do this and you can also roll it, which is a very fun thing to do. And it takes a little practice to get used to, but whenever you get it down pat, you can do some fun stuff like this. Like,
very cool. All right, well, next up, we've got this bad boy. I think everybody's probably seen one of these before. It is none other than the tambourine. This tambourine is a little different than what you would see in some other groups. Sometimes it has a what's called a head, so you'd be able to hit it. This one doesn't, you know, it obviously doesn't have that. So this is what we use in like a rock band type setting, or any sort of like live setting where you'd be competing with maybe amplified instruments like you know, like an electric guitar or electric piano or something like that. A couple different ways to play these. You know, you might see people at church like hitting them on their hip and stuff. But generally, you know, you've got two different variations. You've got this sound, which is a lot shorter and sort of crisp, and you've got this sound, which has a little bit more range. So if you notice, when it's up like this, these little jingles right here, they sort of move around for a while. But if you hit them like this, they just sort of move and they stop. So that's sort of the two different sounds that you get out of it. And if you get really good, you know, there's some other things you can do. But the basics would be, you know, keeping a nice strong arm and then creating a steady tempo. So back and forth. And if you want to get it kind of cooler, what you can do there's some extended techniques too, so I'll show off just a little bit how cool it's going to be. So we can go. There you go. All right, Dylan, what's the next instrument you got to show us?
before we go on the next one, I just forgot to mention this is called a kabasa, and yeah. So on to the next one. So I have to stand up for this one. This a lot of people have probably seen it before. You might have as well. If you know what it is, go ahead and say it in the chat. So this is basically a staple in every type of Latin band and any type of a band is like that. And so this, along with a tambourine and claves, is your main beat driving force in a Latin band. So with this, these are called bongos, by the way, and you can play like a bunch of different things with them. If you notice right here on my right, which would be your left, this has a deeper sound than this one. So this one is bigger. This drum is bigger than this one. So you can play this a bunch of different ways. There's two main ways. You smack it like this with your fingers, and well, with the palm of your hand, and then you smack it with your fingers. So it gives two different sounds. So you can, whenever you get good at this, you can start messing around and play things like. Alright, so now I think we have a little thing we got to show for y'all. Yeah, a little demonstration. So.
All right, so everybody, let's go ahead and find some instruments. All right, so we've got over here, we've got the gok block. Go ahead, give that a little pop. The kabasa. We got Isaiah on the banana shaker. And we've got Jason on the cowbell. All right, so here we go. All right.
All right. So now we're going to switch over because as a percussionist, one of your we have three main jobs. So the first one is to be able to play together in a group. Second one is to be able to play in time with a group, and then the third one is to be able to play all these different instruments you see here. So we're just going to switch it up a bit, and we're going to play something else.
All right. So I'm moving to the kabasa. You guys ready? All right, who wants to kick it off? You want to get one? How about you?
All right.
All right, guys. So next up, we've got solfege with James. So come on over. Let's enjoy that. Oh, here we go.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi.
I have Chef Ariel again with me today.
Hi, guys.
So, let's begin with a review. So, does any of you remember what this is?
I do. I want to say it. It's dough.
Do you happen to know what comes next?
Is it Ray?
Yes, it's Ray, karate chop. Okay, so, me is the one that comes next. It's like you're looking at yourself.
Look at me.
So, we got two new ones today. The first one is soul. It's like you're covering your eyes. Soul. And then we got la. It's like a jellyfish.
Because I'm Ariel. I'm mermaid.
Yes. So to go over it again, soul, you cover your eyes with your palms. And then la is a jellyfish. You think we're ready to sing it?
I think so.
Okay, let's start with do. Do, re, mi, sol, la. Okay, let's do it one more time. Ready? Do, re, we'll have them figure it out.
Okay.
It's a very common song, but it sounds like this. Do, re, mi, sol, la, do, do. And you also may have noticed something new. When my hands were up here, I sang higher than when they were down here. That's because whenever you change heights of your notes, you can change how high or low you sing. So if I were to bring the do down here, I would sing it lower. And do up here is higher than the one that we usually sing. So,
Is it the same do as the one we started on though? Just
Yeah.
higher?
yes, same do, just higher.
Got it.
You think we can do this bass line together?
I think so.
1, 2, ready. Do, re, mi, sol, la, do, do. 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 Okay. Well, I didn't see any chats, but it's My Girl by The Temptations.
Ooh, you're
Well-
tempting me to sing more.
Well, thank you for having me today. Thank you from Isaiah for playing with me. And now it's time for Jason's history.
Let's go.
Hello, I'm Jason. This is Mr. Beans. Today we will be talking about Stand By Me. And in history of rock and roll, Stand By Me, and a few others are countless songs that truly transcend time itself because so many people have went over Stand By Me as cover songs. More than 500 plus artists have went over this song. The song also stands out from Jailhouse Rock, Kansas City, Hound Dogs, but Jailhouse Rock is almost just as famous, all with coming around 300 different artists doing that song. And so now, with that being said, I do believe we have a little put together song for you guys.
Thank you. All right, everybody. That was our version of "Stand by Me." We actually did our own arrangement of that song. So we started out nice and slow. That was a version that we sort of got from the movie Power Rangers, if you guys are familiar with that one. I love the way that song started, so we went kind of slow with that. That was when we started out. Mike, if you would hit that melody for me. So we started out. Yeah, and then what you heard in the middle of that was a breakdown. So you heard. So you heard that. That was the breakdown. That's actually iconic of that Benny King version, the original version. So we wanted to take one of the newest versions that's out on the radio now that you guys might be familiar with, and we mixed it with one of the oldest versions to create one of our own. And I think that's one of the most important lessons in music is that we need to create your own music, and it's probably the most empowering thing that you'll ever do is play music that you create. So anyway, I want to say thank you again for joining me with day 3 of Arts Camp. We got 1 day left. And on the last day of Arts Camp, remember, it is tradition that we all wear our Arts Camp t-shirts. So hopefully you got yours. Wear them nice and proud, and we will see you on Thursday. Have a good one, everybody.